Hi, this is Liz, and we are at EMOs Creative Studio, where anything you create is beautiful because you created it. So today I'm going to do a follow-up video on the fabric store video, and I'm going to get a little bit more specific on fabrics. So here's the piece of fabric that I purchased at that store. As I told you in that video, I purchased 2 yards and 12 inches. Now, when you are making your quilt in the ideal quilt world, it is preferable that you use 100% cotton. Even though it says that this is printed in China, it is 100% cotton. Cotton, or a cotton blend, meaning cotton and polyester, are really nice fabrics. They have a nice texture. They're easy to work with. They're easy to cut. I don't know, I just prefer to work with 100% cotton. Now, when you do a survey talking to quilters, whether they're brand new quilters, novice quilters, intermediate quilter, which is me, or expert quilter, you are going to get a 50-50 division on whether to pre-wash your fabric or not pre-wash. I happen to fall into I do not pre-wash my fabric. Well, yes I have, but I never will again. When I pre-wash my fabric, it usually comes out bundled up like this, and it's super wrinkly, and there I am trying to iron it. I'm just not going to do it. You can find fabric as cheap as $1, but that $1 fabric, unless it's on super sale or somebody is closing their shop or their store, that $1 a yard fabric is going to be very thin, flimsy, and it's going to fall apart. On the other hand, you can go to the opposite spectrum, or to the other end of the line, and you could spend $20 a yard. I can't afford to do that because I am on a fixed income, I'm retired, blah, blah, blah. So I tend to buy fabrics that range anywhere between $7 and $10 a yard, but more preferably between $5 and $7 a yard, and that's where I'll go. That's where I will do my shopping. Usually I end up spending about $6.99 a yard, and if I have a coupon to a store, I'll use a coupon. Or if I purchase enough, there are some stores that will give you a little bit of a discount, and I really, to be honest with you, can't remember what the names of the stores are, that will give you a discount if you purchase the whole entire piece of fabric, which is off the bolt. A bolt is that cardboard card that the fabric comes rolled up in. So, a fabric, most fabric is quilting quality, and it is made, of course, at a manufacturer, and they usually make it 44 to 45 inches wide, and I believe this is 44. It goes from selvage, which is the end, the finished end of the fabric, to selvage, which is the other end of the fabric, which you see is not printed. It has some writing on it. It may even show you the different colors that are used in this pattern of fabric. This particular fabric does not have the color pieces on it. Selvage, S-E-L-V-A-D-G-E, I think. Well, I'm not a good speller, but I know it's selvage, not salvage. It's selvage, S-E-L, not S-A-L. So what a selvage is at the manufacturer, when they are printing, which most of this fabric is printed and not woven, printed, especially when I'm only paying $6.99 a yard for the fabric, I'm definitely going to get printed fabric and not woven. What they do is that they place the fabric onto little pins, and if you look very carefully, I think you can see the little pinholes right there, and they're placed on little pins at each end. I think you can see it on this one as well. You can see the little pin marks. Yeah, you can see through the little pin marks right there. It's placed onto a roll with pins, and it's stretched out, and then the machines print the fabric. A better quality printed fabric will have the print itself nice and straight. And this one is. I really like this. I tend to like black, white, and red. It's just what I like. And you know, I think this is the first time I'm going to mention that I have a Japanese obsession. So a lot of Japanese things, decorations you'll see, quilts and whatnot will be heavily black, white, and red. That's my preference. I try not to buy a lot of it, but I end up buying it. We're in the year 2018, and even though I don't make New Year's resolutions, one of my resolutions was not to buy fabric. And what did I go ahead and do? Because I thought this was real cute at the fabric store, that when we were at the store, I ended up getting it. And because it was the end of the bolt, they had it on sale for $3 a yard. This is excellent quality for $3 a yard. So usually fabric is folded in half, and then it's wound up onto a bolt. And as I mentioned in the fabric store video, they usually measure it out by the yard. A yard is 36 inches. Usually they like to, I don't think they go under, some stores don't go under 21 inches or 18 inches. Which is actually 18 inches is a half a yard. No, they don't like to go below 1/8 of a yard because it gets to be very minute. Let's see, a half a yard is 18 inches, and half that is 9. That's a quarter of a yard, right? Right. And then 4.5 is 1/8 of a yard. That's a very small amount for them to be cutting. I don't think they do that. This right here, let's see, let me show you what 18 inches. A half a yard is this long. All right, it's this long. You can see it. And then half of that, let me just fold it in half so you can see. This is a quarter of a yard. I do a project, it's called double oven glove, and I will be making either a journey video or a tutorial. I think it's going to be a journey video because it's going to be pretty long if I do a regular tutorial on oven gloves. And I can get away with 2 quarter yards of material for the double oven glove itself. Not bad, huh? Not bad. So, when you're buying your fabric, you want to get a nice quality fabric. You want to make sure that the weave is pretty tight. It's not loose. Like in the video that I showed you, that cottony gauzy was pretty loose, and that's not really good quilting material because you want it to stay sturdy, especially when people are washing their items. So let me see what else I could tell you about fabric. Again, most quilters like to use 100% cotton or 80-20, meaning 80% cotton, 20% polyester with their when they're looking for fabric. They're looking for good quality fabric. Yes, they do make fabric that is 106 inches wide, and that's the perfect amount to get, or the perfect width size to get for your backing fabric. Usually that backing fabric is pretty expensive. That gets up into the $18–20 a yard fabric. Yes, I do have some yardage of that. Unfortunately, I'm not able to get to that right now because it's in storage. But the next time I go up to the storage to get some fabric, I'll pull it out and I'll do a quick tutorial to show you what backing fabric looks like. So in the meantime, I think I've given you enough information to get you started on using fabric for your quilts. You can use a variety of fabrics for your quilts. The only thing I want you to remember is if you're going to use 100% cotton, make sure all of your fabric is 100% cotton. If you're going to use a poly cotton blend, make sure that all of the fabric you use for your particular project is a poly cotton blend. Don't mix, because you'll find the different textures. A lot of people won't like that different texture from the 100% cotton to the polyester blend. So, with that being said, my name is Liz. We are at EMOs Creative Studio, where anything you create is beautiful because you created it. Happy quilting. Share, like, comment below if you like. Come see me on my Facebook page, capital E, capital M, capital O, little s, Liz. EMOs Liz on Facebook.com. Until the next time, take care. Bye.